May I have your attention, please, all rise. Lawrence County Municipal Court is now in session. The Honorable Donald R. Kepler presiding. All those having business before the court draw near, and you shall be heard. God bless the great state of Ohio and this honorable court. You may be seated.
Good morning. Welcome to Lawrence County Municipal Court. Judge Capper. We have reviews first, and then we'll get into the new cases. If you're here for that, when your name's called for the reviews, come up to the table to your right. We'll review your file. All reviews.
Amanda Burns, Jeremy Butcher, Cheryl Carrico, Mallory Copley, Holly Elkins, Marcus Eller, and Ross Eplin.
All right, Jeremy Butcher is here, 1943, 19779. Paying on his funds, and is that RS for counseling?
I completed.
Okay. Was October, it was going to be,
It was.
well, can you give, the last letter I have says he is going to be completed October 4th, but it doesn't say he is completed. So if you can give me a letter saying he's completed. Do you have a payment you're making today, sir?
30.
Okay. December 29th. It's your next hearing, 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Amanda Burns, 23439. Okay, she needs to do a urine screen.
She's not
She's
here.
not here.
Yeah, we made the attempt to go pick her up and sat for an hour outside of her apartment and to no avail.
Okay, I'll issue a warrant for failure to appear and for leaving treatment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And who was the lady you were asking about?
Well, me and Taylor talked, it's Olivia Gilman, who it was, not the cop lady.
Yeah. Gilpin is a good one to have her monitor.
It's okay, because we need another monitor.
Yeah, I have another one today that can be removed as well.
Okay, good, thank you.
Thank you.
Cheryl Carrico.
Your Honor, I don't see her here, but she did successfully complete OVP. She just left on Saturday, so I'll try to reach out to see if she knew she had court today, which I had informed her, so I'm not sure why she's
Okay, and
not
she's
here.
apparently living in Ashland now. She still has community service and fines to pay. She hasn't appeared, so there will be a warrant issued for failure to appear.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mallory Copley.
Yes. And I have a copy of what community service I've completed so far.
221613 is the case number. Your fine is paid,
Yes.
and did she turn in some additional?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe most of this is already entered, but she has done,
Last date that I see here is 10/12.
she's done another 3.5 hours since then.
Okay. And you were going to Pathways, right?
Yes, it's completed.
I believe is Mr. West here from Pathways? He sent me a text, or someone was going to be here today from Pathways, I believe. I don't see a letter of completion. I've got letters where they say you were going there.
I completed Pathways a few months ago, actually.
Let's see the last. Yeah, I don't have a letter of completion. I've got letters saying you were attending, but I don't have anything from them saying you completed. Can you
Okay, I
get a
can
letter
get
of
that.
completion, please?
Sure can.
Okay. I will set your next hearing for January the 8th. If you get a letter of completion filed with the court, by then you don't show up. That's all you've got left to do.
Okay, so just get the letter of completion. If I turn that in, I don't have to come to the
Yeah, Or
8th?
you can have them file it, or you
Okay.
can get it filed with the court.
Okay. Is that at 9 a.m. as well? If I need to come?
9
Okay.
a.m. January 8th.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Holly Elkins.
Yes, sir.
23,342 and 04179. Okay, you have done some community service since the last hearing. You still have some left to do.
Yes.
Are you paying anything on your fines today?
On the 1st.
Okay. Keep working on both your fine and community service. December 29th is your next hearing,
Hey, thank you.
9 o'clock. Marcus Eller, 222796. Hasn't finished and hasn't appeared. There'll be a warrant issued for failure to appear. Ross Epplin, 19182. Has not appeared, still has 3 days community service left to do, so there'll be a warrant issued for failure to appear.
Matthew Gonzalez, Jared T. Julian, Chase Lewis, Amber Bills, Donald Porter, Adrian Waldron Bishop.
Anthony Gonzalez is here. 22,377, 22,362, 23,343, 22,309, 22,77. You have payments to make on funds. You have a payment today? Mr.
Yes, Your Honor.
How much are you paying?
$50.
Okay. See the clerk to make your payment. December 29th will be your next hearing.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
See the clerk. 9 o'clock, December 29th. Jared Julian.
Sir.
2641. You finished your, yes, you finished your community service?
Yes, sir. And I got payment for my fines today as well.
Okay. You were supposed to go to Riverside Recovery.
No, sir.
Did you go to treatment someplace?
No, I didn't have to. The papers I have at home and said in lieu of, I talked to the probation officer, so I didn't have to do that.
Okay, I don't think that's right. Let me look at their judgment entry. You had treatment in lieu of going to the driver intervention program. You were supposed to go to treatment in lieu of going to the driver intervention program.
That's not, even last time, you didn't say nothing about me having to go to treatment last time I was here.
It's in the judgment entry, June 5th, 2023. I'm reading it. 30 hours community service, 2 years level 4 probation, 20 days of jail suspended, treatment in lieu of driver intervention program. You got an assessment at, I've got a paper in here where you got an assessment at Riverside Recovery. But
Yeah,
something never went by.
That was almost a year ago.
Okay, I'm gonna order you to do a urine screen and then we're gonna figure out what to do. You're gonna have to either go to the 3-day school or you're gonna have to go to treatment. Go do a urine screen now.
Okay.
Chase Lewis is here, 141065. Working on fines. Do you have a payment today?
Yes, sir, $30.
December 29th is your next hearing. See the clerk to make your payment.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Chamber Mills, 23,621 and 23,556. She's at Bethesda. Okay, I think you're making some progress, but you're working on things.
Yes.
Okay.
And Taylor said she's okay with my ankle monitor coming off. We were waiting.
Let's get Taylor, go there. You're
I
not
know the
sitting in your-
consequences.
you're using- Yeah. Does that put you on the spot?
I mean, no, a little bit, if I'm being honest. I think she is good to get her ankle monitor removed. She knows the consequences, and she knows that I'm kind of relentless when it comes to it.
Okay, we're gonna have a bunch of ankle monitors floating around now. We didn't have any, now we're gonna have 3. Okay, I'll order ankle monitor removed and see, we're gonna go into January with you. So January the 8th will be your next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
See, Mr. Major, about getting your ankle monitor taken off.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Donald Porter is here, 2120, 2803. 1951, 181242, 08441. Still working on files, and you've done quite a bit of community service last. Good, thank you for that.
So,
Do you have any payment today?
just started back to work last night on restricted hours.
It's fine, you did quite a bit of community service. December 29th will be your next hearing.
Thank you.
Adrian Waldron Bishop, that's you. 23174. She's at RRG.
Your Honor, she is compliant. Her therapist had a death in the family, so I was unable to get a written report, but she is compliant.
Okay. How do you feel about your counseling? Is that helping you or?
Yeah.
Okay. And you paid off, you didn't have much of a, I think you just had court costs to pay. You paid it off. So I'm going to go into January for you too. So I'll make it January 12th. 9 o'clock is your next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. That finished the review hearings. Next are going to be the arraignments, which are the new cases. And the arraignment hearing is a hearing to tell you what the charges are, the possible penalties, if it's a misdemeanor to take a plea, assign counsel, set a new review, or set a new hearing date. So, if you're here for an arraignment, it's either a new case or an old case where you missed a hearing or something happened where you got a warrant. So if you missed a hearing in the past, you need to check in with the clerk if you want the case called up because it wouldn't be on the docket today. But if you check in, then they'll call your case and get the warrant withdrawn. When your name's called, come up to the table to the right. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you choose to make statements, what you say is on the record and can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney appointed if you're facing a jailable offense, and to be appointed if you meet the financial guidelines. I have to ask you about your income if you want one appointed. You have a right to bail to make the state prove the charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Those are your rights. You give those up if you enter a guilty plea or no contest plea. Excuse me. You should not enter guilty or no contest if you don't understand what's happening, if you want to have a lawyer, if you want a trial. You should not enter one of those pleas just to get it over with either. So if you're not sure what to do, not guilty is the safest plea you can enter. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Alan Dennison, case number CRA 21718.
Are you Alan?
Yes. This is all, like, a lot of this is wrong. That's not my birthdays or none of this stuff is true.
Sir, are you Alan Dennison?
Yes, sir.
And I think you were telling the bailiff that this is not your date of birth?
Yeah, this, I'm August 8th, 1957, and this stuff right on here is You know, that's not what I said or nothing right here, this on back of here.
Is there another Alan Dennison that you know?
No, just me, but I didn't know nothing about this until Saturday night. My daughter-in-law was driving, or I mean, my wife's sister was driving a van. They got pulled over and they said they had a warrant for me. I mean, I've been down there for Ironton. I had traffic tickets. I went down and got my concealed weapons permit and everything, and nobody never said nothing about a warrant. And it's got on this thing right here, it says that, about this boat, and a lady, his wife gave me that boat for junk. And I give it to, and my neighbor pulled it down.
Let's hold on there, because apparently it is about you, because.
Yeah.
Remember what I said at the very beginning?
Well, I mean, I'll
Hold on.
I'll tell you what.
This is not the trial today, Mr. Dennison,
Well.
so I can't just say, okay, you're right, I'm dismissing the charges. It doesn't work that way. I'm not the prosecutor. I don't decide who gets charged. That's what you elected a prosecuting attorney to do. They decide who gets charged and with what charges.
I understand that.
So, I have to judge the cases. But what you say is on the record. You start making a big explanation. It's not like it's a trial. I can
Well,
say, hold on,
okay.
hold on.
It's wrong.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
this is wrong. Shh. Okay. I'm sorry.
What you're saying is all on the record. It can be used against you. You're making this big explanation.
Okay.
So the smart thing, you know, we can call the prosecutor in. Now, if he says he wants to dismiss it, that would be fine. But it sounds like you're saying that it was something to do with a boat, and that's what the affidavit says. So they may have the wrong date of birth on here, but it sounds like it is about you. So let me go through this, and you just listen and answer my questions, and this will work out better. The state's charged you with a theft offense, a felony 5, so that's serious business. And it's alleging that on November 30th of 2020, so that's been a while, that you deprived Matthew Newton of property, being a boat and a trailer, without his consent. And the value of this property was more than $1,000, less than $7,500. So that's what makes it a felony, because it's more than $1,000. A felony 5 carries a maximum penalty of a year in jail, a $2,500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No, sir.
Do you have a job?
No, sir, I'm disabled, disability.
Social Security disability is your
Yes.
only income? Okay, well, you're eligible for court-appointed counsel. So I'm going to appoint you a lawyer, and then you should tell the lawyer everything you were wanting to tell me, because you have attorney-client privilege with the lawyer, and don't say it in the courtroom, so it can't be used against you. So let's get Mr. Steyer in the courtroom. Everything you say on the record can be used against you, so you might admit something you don't want to admit. Well, in fact, let's get the prosecutor in too. Mr. Steyer, this is Alan Dennison, felony 5 theft. He says the date of birth is wrong, which I see in the information sheet.
This here, this on this tape.
The information sheet has a different date of birth. I don't know how this happened, but it says September 1372 on the complaint, but the information sheet has a date of birth of August 8, 1957. And he stated it was the wrong date of birth.
I would assume
He said 57, so.
so we moved to amend that, Your Honor.
I'm going to amend the complaint to allege August 8th of 1957 as the date of birth. So, Mr. Steyer's appointed. He showed up on his own without posting a bond, so I'm going to let him sign a signature bond. $1,500 signature bond.
Here. Yeah, text.
When would you like to have the preliminary hearing, Mr. Steyer?
We can't do it now. No, we can't do it now.
He wanted to have the trial today. He was all prepared to try it this morning.
Your Honor, I'll be here the 27th, the 4th.
Do you mind if we come back after with it? You're right to have that here within 15 days, but you don't have to have that. That's all right. You can wait a little bit further if you're okay with that.
Do it now.
You have the right to have your hearing within 15 days.
Okay, that'd be
But are you okay with a little bit further if we need to?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
We're willing to waive the 15-day requirement if necessary, but if not, I'll be here the 27th and I'll be here the 4th.
Okay, we'll do it the 4th. It's going to be a pretty busy docket, but so is the 27th. I think it's even worse. December 4th will be the preliminary hearing at defendant's agreement. Mr. Steyer's appointed. Anything else?
December 4th at 10 o'clock.
Okay, December 4th, 10 o'clock will be the next hearing.
Thank you. I'm going to give you this back, and I'll get a copy of it from the court. And I'll come out and talk to you in a minute.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Okay, just wait for me. Just wait for me.
Okay, is that it?
Yes. Speak to your lawyer, then you're free to go.
State of Ohio versus Desmond Snyder, case number TRC 213344, A, B, and C. Desmond Snyder. Desmond Snyder.
All right, Desmond Snyder's.
I'm here.
Hey, well,
Sorry, I had to use the bathroom.
this was set for a review hearing June the 15th of this year. So as you didn't show up then?
Yes, Your Honor. I had a very high-risk pregnancy at the time, but I have now had her. She is still in the NICU in critical condition, but I have finished my DUI class that I needed to take, and I do have paperwork for all of it.
Okay, when did you do that? Where'd you do your class?
Portsmouth over
Okay.
this past weekend.
All right, well, that needs to get filed. Looks like maybe the fine's been paid. Can you tell me if the fine's paid? Hasn't been updated.
Sorry.
The warrant fee. Okay. The only thing you've got left, you've got community service of 5 days and $50 warrant fee.
I thought I did finish the community service. My probation officer said I just had the class left.
I'm not showing that you did any community service. Where'd you do your community service?
Back home in Louisville. I had a paper sent, and
Okay. Well, I'm going to have you, yeah, it looks like you,
because I called him before I came here. He said I had everything finished.
I thought you said you did the Portsmouth.
Yeah, I did. The one paper is from the lighthouse assessment I had to do, and the card is just verifying the hours I took at the class.
Okay. All right, I'm going to have you go meet with Mr. Major in the probation office. You can discuss these things with him. I'll withdraw the warrant that has been issued for you.
Thank you.
And,
Your Honor, if I may, it does show she's done the community service.
okay.
Thank you.
I don't know if that's everything that's involved.
Yeah, if you pay the, it looks like you've got the paperwork for the 3-day program too. If that's correct. I'll go ahead and set a hearing for you, but you don't have to come back as long as that you get everything done, which would be your community service, the 3-day program, and the $50 warrant fee.
Okay. Can I pay that here today?
You pay it today. December 29th is your next hearing, but if you finish everything, you don't have to come back.
Okay.
Go check in with Mr. Major.
Thank you.
And after you've done that, you're free to leave. Okay, we're going to start pre-trials now. Some more amendments in it. Okay. We have arrangements that we have ready. There'll probably be some more coming, but we don't have the paperwork ready yet.
State of Ohio versus Gavin Montgomery. Case number TRC 23937. Gavin Montgomery.
I'm here all day.
All right, this is Mr. Steyer's case. Is that the pre-trial?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can, yes. Mr. Montgomery is on teleconference. This is a pre-trial motion to suppress.
Mr. Steyer.
Mr. Steyer, this is Mr. Gavin Montgomery's case. He's on teleconference.
Okay, so he is on the screen, it looks like. Your Honor, this is one, the issue we're dealing with on this regarding the stop itself, it involves calibration and information of that nature regarding the radar system, and I believe Mr. Hill does not have the information yet that he's seeking on that, so I think we're going to need to come back again. There's a situation where the individual was allegedly pulled over for driving 5 miles per hour over the speed limit. First, there's the issue of kind of whether that's the credibility of visually saying, well, that guy's going 60 and a 55, and then 60 and a 55. I'd like to know what the actual what the actual margin of error on those devices is.
Okay.
And Mr. Hill thinks he can get that, but doesn't have it yet.
All right, do you have a date that you prefer to come back?
I would leave it in Mr. Hill's hands when he thinks he can get the information and then work from there.
Mr. Hill?
2 weeks should be sufficient.
2 weeks, Your Honor, is the 4th. We just added something else to the 4th and said the docket was getting bad, so I'm not sure if we want to stick with that or maybe go on to the 11th or the 8th.
Either of those dates are better. Are you already here?
I'm already here the 8th.
Okay, let's make it that date. December the 8th will be the next hearing for a pretrial, 10 o'clock.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Thomas J. Coe. Case number CRB 23128, A and B. Thomas J. Coe. Did not check in.
Mr. Steyer's case, pretrial.
Your Honor, Mr. Coe contacted me this morning advising that he was ill, believes he may have COVID. I told him I would seek a continuance, but advised that he needs to bring proof of that if he's coming. However, I've got a report here from OVP.
He did transition from HHD to OVP, I believe, on October 23rd. However, he attended an appointment on the 17th of November, and he did have a dirty urine screen that day and was caught trying to use a bottle of urine that he had brought in. So he was informed that if anything like that happened again, he would be discharged from the program, but they're going to give him one more opportunity to comply with the program.
Okay, and of course, I'm assuming he hasn't been back since, that was just the 17th?
Yeah, that was the last day he was there, so I did print you off the report.
Well, actually, you need to look at that before I hand it up. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Is that just what she said?
Yes.
That's what she said.
How's the state going to proceed?
Well, we want to make sure, I think we should come back in a fairly short time frame on this, just to make sure.
Well, I'm kind of skeptical. Color me skeptical when somebody has a dirty urine screen and they are sick at the next time they have to appear.
We
in court.
agree.
I did speak to him on the phone, and he did actually sound bad. It didn't sound like he was faking, for what that's worth. So I would ask for the continuance. If nothing else, I think that if we tell him, hey, you got a date to get back here, he might be more motivated to get himself correct with treatment than if we tell him he's got a warrant.
He's got 7 days before he'll get a warrant. So if he gets in here in the next week, no warrant, He hasn't gotten in here then, the warrant will go out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus David Peterson, case number CRB 2376.
David Peterson, pretrial, Myers case.
Your Honor, this is a 90-day continuance to be dismissed upon payment of court costs and completion of anger management. Have you completed anger management?
They got a letter.
I've got a letter from Pat dated the 17th saying he's there and doing classes.
So it doesn't by any chance give an estimated date of completion, does it?
He has 4.5 more classes to complete before his course is finished.
How often do you go to a class?
It's on the phone like Zoom thing.
Well, how often do you do it?
Every week.
So if we could go out about 5 to 6 weeks, Your Honor, that should probably get us past that time frame.
State agrees.
Yes, Your Honor.
So looking at my calendar,
January 8th or around that time.
January 8th should give him plenty of time to get that finished.
January 8th will be the next hearing of 24, pretrial at 10 o'clock.
Thanks.
State of Ohio versus Eric L. Harris, case number TRC 231183.
May we approach the judge?
Yes, this is Mr. DeWaters' case set for pretrial. January, Mr. Dahl?
Yeah, we can do January, or I've actually got another one we're going to ask you to set on February 12th. That would be
February what?
February 12th. That'd be 90 days. That should be plenty of time. I don't know how backed up some of these out-of-county programs are.
February 12th is fine with the time waiver.
Yes, see what time?
All right.
I've got a...
Whereas the next hearing will be a pretrial, February the 12th, 24 at 10 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Write that down, February 12th. I've got an entry here waiving time constraints during the period of that continuance.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jeff Porter, case number TRC 231143, A and B. Jeff Porter.
Judge, this is, you're good to go. Yeah, just hang up. I'm letting you talk to you. On that last case, I've got the entry, Judge.
Okay.
Mr. Porter case, if you recall, we had just received discovery at the last pretrial, and Mr. Porter had indicated he was going to be out of town, but we went ahead and left it on the docket today to figure out whether or not there was going to be suppression motion filed. I have started drafting the suppression motion, but it's not done yet. I expect it'll be done in the next week or two. I talked to Mr. Heald about setting this for a potential pretrial on suppression issues on December 11th. And I think we've prepared an order to that effect. I do have one.
What was the date?
December 11th, if that's okay, if you're not too busy on
The
that.
pretrial,
On suppression issues, and the motion will be filed before that day.
okay. Pretrial on motion to suppress. December 11th, 10 o'clock.
And I've done the entry on that, Judge Member.
Yes. J-E-T-T. Looks like.
State of Ohio versus Stephen T. Wells, case number TRD 23-1486-AZ.
All right, Mr. Wells, are you representing today?
No,
How do you want to proceed with this case?
not guilty.
You want to just set it for trial then, or?
I really don't know what to do.
Well, I think you had told me you were going to hire Mr. DeLauder, but I'm assuming that didn't happen since he didn't stand up with you. Is that correct, or?
I called, but I didn't ever get a call back.
Well, he was right there if you want to talk to him. You can go out in the hallway.
Yeah, I want to.
Okay, I'll recall. Go talk to him, and I'll recall this later in the document.
State of Ohio recalls Stephen T. Wells.
No, that's
No, excuse me,
That's one.
Jared Julian.
All right, you had a negative screen, so what I'm going to do, let's just do an entry. I'll modify your judgment entry to require you to do the driver intervention program. You did not do treatment.
I got assessment Wednesday with Thrive, though.
Okay, well, that's not a treatment program, that's a peer recovery coach.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you wanted to do treatment, that was the initial
I don't even have
information is that you were going to do treatment. If you did that, then I wouldn't make you go to the driver intervention program.
Okay.
But you didn't do treatment.
I'll do the driver's intervention, because I don't even have insurance. I can't even get into treatment.
Okay, well, you don't have to have insurance to get in treatment. I mean,
Yeah, you have to have
You've had
Medicaid.
2 screens in a row in September and this month. You've had 2 negative screens.
Yes, sir. I've been clean almost like 364 days, something like that, almost a year.
Okay, but I don't make the law up.
All right.
The legislature does.
Yes, sir.
And they say on a first offense OBI, which is what you got convicted of,
Yes, sir.
I either have to make you go to jail, that would be another option, we didn't
Right.
talk about that. Either gotta make you go to jail for at least 3 days, or go to a driver intervention program, which is an inpatient counseling program for 3 days.
Okay.
So, which do you wanna do?
Not jail.
And I was kind of breaking the law, but the prosecutor usually agrees with it. If you did a longer treatment program, I would say that substituted for going to the 3-day school.
Yes, sir. I'll do the intervention program.
Okay. So
When,
I need a judgment entry saying you will be required to do driver intervention program now.
when do I have to have that completed? Because I got.
I'll give you a couple months.
Okay, because
they
it's
only
like,
offer-
it's like
We don't have
$600.
one in Lawrence County any longer.
Yeah, Portsmouth and Chillicothe. I already talked to Mr. Major about it.
Okay. You can go to any one that's approved by the state of Ohio. You don't have to go just to the one in Portsmouth, Chillicothe. You can go anywhere that has a program approved by the state of Ohio.
Right, I think
We
those are-
don't have one in Lawrence County anymore.
Right.
We had one for many years. We don't now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's the only thing you got left to do.
Yes, sir. And I'm doing some more community service to pay towards my fines, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do have fines left.
Yes, sir.
I'll set you in January, and hopefully you can have the 3-day school done by then. January the 19th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
State State of Ohio versus Brian P. Smith. Case number TRC 231421, A and B.
Mr. Tremaine, case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, I've received discovery of this matter, but I've not had an opportunity to go over with Mr. Smith. We could maybe come back around December 15th.
Okay, well, you think there'll be a motion filed by then, or?
I can, Your Honor. That should give me plenty of time we could set it for a pretrial on the motion. That'll give me plenty of time to go over discovery with Mr. Smith and draft a motion.
Defendant's request, case is continued for December 15th, the pretrial motion.
And Your Honor, time has passed now for Mr. Smith to be able to receive a work permit for work and medical purposes. I'd make the motion. I presume typically the state doesn't oppose those.
We're not opposed. This is first, yeah. We're not opposed.
I'll draft an entry, Your Honor.
Prepared entry.
State of Ohio versus Cameron Spitzer. Case number TRC 231161, A and B.
Your Honor, can we have this case recalled a little later in the docket?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Spitzer will be recalled later in the docket.
State of Ohio versus Sean Woods. Case number TRC 23811, A through D.
Mr. Tremaine's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, may we approach on this?
Yes. This case is continued to December the 8th at defendant's request for a pretrial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Evan Ryan Mansker. Case number CRB 23684, A and B. This is Mr. McCown's case.
Mr. McCown in the courtroom. Set for pretrial.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right.
Mr. Chairman, it's my understanding that based upon a review of the complaints filed in this statements that the state would move to amend these to a minor misdemeanor disorderly conduct, single count, to which he'd enter no contest with a stipulation of finding him guilty.
Alexander?
You need her up here? Yes. You need her up here.
Judge, may we approach?
Yes. Is there any kind of protection order? No protection order request that
Stapleton?
All right, the state's moving to amend this charge to disorderly conduct, 29/11/14, is that right?
I believe that's correct.
29/11/14, let's try that. That's resistant. $29.17. MM.
Yes.
And to the amended charge, how does Mr. Mansker plead?
No contest with the stipulation finding of guilt, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Mr. Mansker?
Yes, sir.
Anything you wish to say?
No, sir.
All right, I'll impose a $50 fine on court costs, and he paid that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
See the clerk will be paid, no probation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Is there Mr. Voss? Right here.
State of Ohio versus Tracy M. Hawley, case number PRC 23-1600 A and B.
Counts case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, if it please the court, we'd request a pretrial on a motion to suppress for December 1st, if that's available.
When will the motion be filed?
It'll be filed before then, Your Honor. I want to limit some of the issues I think we can cut down on, so.
All right, the next hearing will be a pretrial on the motion, December 1st at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
separate resisting church too? Or was there a separate resisting church? That's the wrong statute.
It should be 29.1, it should be 2917.11, disorderly
Right.
conduct. That's the amended charge. Yeah, we
Right.
gotta fix this where it's right.
Yeah. It was 291711.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay, so then go to
You
that.
had it before because I saw it.
Now right here.
It was-
2917.
It was never, it wasn't resisting arrest.
Okay. 2917, disorderly conduct. That is what the amended charge. Yeah, but we're not gonna have to go. Okay. This is the arrest.
It wasn't, it was never resisting.
It wasn't?
No.
That's what's up there now, 29.
Well, she put that in, that wasn't,
What was,
it was a domestic.
okay. He had two charges. A is a resisting and B is domestic.
There was a resisting.
Okay, just dismiss it then.
Just that one.
Yeah, just dismiss
Okay,
it.
so go backwards here.
Huge amounts of stuff. Coming back Wednesday.
Now that one,
She
was
was,
the one that was amended.
Okay, but we'll get rid of the next.
she was.
Okay, now go back up.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, now go ahead and do yours.
Oh, out that where it's the deli circle thing.
Yes.
I'm gonna go.
That was all.
Yeah.
Get it like, like 6. Does that look good, John?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and print that.
That's a great.
Do that.
Hey, you know what? We can stop this.
State of Ohio versus Kevin Conrad, case number TRC 231155.
It's Mr. Stratton's case for pretrial.
Your Honor, he's at RRS. There's a letter. Should be doing very well.
File the discovery demand.
You gave me discovery.
Well, you get a link.
There's no, I never got the link. Your Honor, we just asked this be sent for another pretrial. Still waiting on the video in this matter from the state. I'd like to take a look at that video before you actually pleas to the charge, or if we're going to take it to trial. I believe there's some questions about the stop itself that might need to be reviewed.
And do you have the video now, or?
I do not.
Typically what happens when, and we did answer the discovery, there's a link to a website or whatever that is sent to the defense counsel, so we'll send another one.
The state sent me an email saying these are a list of cases where we have requested your videos. They have not sent the video
Well,
yet.
we'll do it. It's not a big deal. In fact, if you want to talk to Ms. Dufour this
Yeah,
morning.
I'll speak to her.
December 11th or 15th?
Your Honor, if you just Give me 1 second here. The 15th would be a better date for me.
December 15th would be the next hearing, pre-trial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What day, Sean?
The 15th.
State of Ohio versus Brandon Ronzin, case number TRC 23-1292.
And Mr. Stratton is the attorney.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, how's my reads going? Good. Good.
Yes. Okay, I'll get this one. Okay, so what does that mean? Where is he? Is that outpatient building?
Everything good?
Yes.
How do you want to proceed, Mr. Stratton?
Your Honor, I need to still request a discovery in this case, so I ask that we set this for the December 15th also, if your court is so inclined.
Finished request, cases continue to December.
Your Honor, just 1 second. December 15th is fine, Your Honor.
December 15th for pretrial, 10 o'clock.
Right.
State of Ohio versus Allison Snyder, case number TRC 23-1100 A, B, and C.
Mr. Stratton's case, pretrial.
Your Honor, we would like to just set this for trial, bench trial.
Okay.
And Your Honor, considering...
Do we have the urine screening results?
We do.
We do, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, we have those back, Your Honor. Considering the date, Your Honor, would it be okay to set this after the first of the year? Or does the court, would the court like it in December?
I guess I'm okay if there's a time where
Yeah, we'll waive time.
January 5th,
January 5th will work, Your Honor.
set it at noon. Do we need a pretrial before or just
No, Your Honor.
January 5th, noon for trial?
Your Honor, one thing we'll need to do is confirm with the trooper that he's available on that day,
Yes.
which I'll do right away.
That's a problem. Just let me know.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Christopher W. Roadcat, case number CRB 23646, TRC 211172, A, B, and C. Special questions.
All right.
Mr. Ashworth is on the video on this. Just to clarify, are both those charges pending, or is one pending and one post-conviction or anything of that nature?
It looks like one's post-conviction is the OBI.
Okay.
That's actually your case, it looks like. The 211172.
Okay, Mr. Ashworth?
I talked to Rich this morning. Obviously he's not feeling well. We had a schedule today. I was in the process of filing an additional charge. There's some things that occurred last week that need some investigation. With Rich's illness and the current status, I just asked for a 60 to a 90-day free trial to get the rest of this wrapped up. Unless the court has another suggestion for me.
Mr. Steyer, do you have anything?
Your Honor, 60 days or so would put us in mid-January. That would give Mr. Morford time to make a decision on whether, if there's an issue with his attendance that he knows of, get with Mr. Ashworth and figure it out. But I think Mr. Morford is usually, barring illness, here most court dates. So I don't really have anything further to add to that then. Are you suggesting like a 90-day continuance if there's no further problems to dismiss, or are you talking about 90 days to come back and continue to prosecute?
We're going to prosecute this, but I was trying to push some time to figure out if he's going to be able to handle it or not. My conversation with him today suggests that he might need some time.
Okay, well, then obviously I have no objection on Mr. Morford's behalf. He just asked me to cover today, so I think giving some time to, especially if there's change in what's going to be charged upcoming.
This is Mr. Mahan.
Yes, sir.
Since you've been dragged back to court several times, I'll get your input. Do you have a time frame that you need to have this done, or are there days when you can't appear?
Whenever is convenient for the court.
All right, thank you. All right, so mid-January, 15th, 19th, somewhere in that frame.
I'm going to defer to Mr. Ashworth on this. I think Mr. Morford, if he's got an issue with what date we pick, he can attempt to change it. But I don't have his calendar out that far, so.
But either of those days work for you?
The 15th is fine. The 19th is also fine. If we want to put a secondary date until we can get Mr. Mulford's input, but either one is fine with me, Your Honor.
Let's just go with the 15th, January 15th.
January 15th is Martin Luther King Day.
Oh.
Your Honor, that may not be a court date.
You're correct. It'd be the 16th or 19th. Well, you want to do the 19th then, or?
16th is fine, Your Honor.
16th.
Or the 19th is also fine.
Let's do the 16th, January 16th.
10 o'clock, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Mr. Roadcap has finished his community service now. He still has fines, so on his home case. He should make payments on those.
I'm working, doing community service. Yeah.
That'll be fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Stapleton Jr., case number CRB 23428.
Well, this was Mr. Morford's case. He can't be here today. He's sick. Mr. Stapleton.
Is this record?
Yes, that is actually two notes of my counselor.
Okay. He's provided me with some notes. I'm going to pass to Mr. Hill.
says he is participating in compliance. How's the state going to want to go forward?
Your Honor, we want to see him progress through that program, and we're happy to see that he's enrolled. And I don't know that it said how far along he is at this point, but it sounds like he is complying, so we want to see him continue.
December 15th?
I don't have Mr. Morford's calendar. I'm going to send these dates to Mr. Morford and his assistant, and if there's an issue, I would suggest they take that up with the court.
All right. At this point, I'll continue to December 15th. Continue with your counseling, Mr. Staple.
State of Ohio versus Michael Voss, case number CRB 23628.
This is Mr. Morford's case, and again, he cannot be here today due to illness. Mr. Steyer standing in for him.
What do you have your hand there? This is the, I went to that program, half program.
Okay, if I give this to the prosecutor?
Yeah.
Okay. We've got some shelter paying for his treatment as well.
Oh, I see.
That's not here.
So he pays for each session?
Are you paying for each session as you go? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's paying as he goes for the sessions.
Okay. Well, Your Honor, I guess you can show the judge. It looks like he's attending. He's self-pay. And he's got some receipts where he's made payments.
How's the state want to go forward?
Well, we'd like to see him complete whatever program they have developed for him. I don't know how often he attends or...
How often do you go?
Once a month.
He goes monthly, and if they told you, like, is there a expected end date?
Almost told me.
Okay, he's not been informed of a prospective date to complete treatment, but he goes about monthly. I would suggest we go out a little more than a month so that he can make sure he gets at least one more in, and maybe Mr. Morford can look into what sort of if this is something that's looking to be long-term or something that's looking to be a brief program.
January 5th?
I'll pass that on to him. So
January 5th?
To come back here.
Be the next hearing.
10 o'clock. January 5th, 10 o'clock.
Okay, we have some hearings to do at jail for, by teleconference, so we're going to do those now.
10 o'clock. All right, thank you. And I'll talk to Mr. Morford about what he needs to get for you, okay?
How long do you think John's over?
I'll come out and talk to you. Let's go out.
State of Ohio versus Todd Daniels, case number CRB 23693. Barbara Lawson is on deck.
And sir, you're Todd Daniels.
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Capper at Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. Your case is being arraigned in the court here today. So everything we say is being recorded. You don't have to say anything if you choose to, though. It's going on the record, it can be used against you. You have a right. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, and make the state prove the charge beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand those things?
Yes, sir.
The charge against you is domestic violence. The state's alleging on November 17 in Perry Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Michelle Anderson, and that she's either a member of your family or a member of your household. It's a domestic violence charge. Maximum penalty for that is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
How do you wish to plead to the charge?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay. I'll appoint
Thanks, sir.
Mr. Thompson. He's in the courtroom. Not guilty pleas entered for Mr. Daniels. What's the state's position on bond for Mr. Daniels?
Well, Your Honor, we're going to be asking for a protection order. We'd like to know whether Mr. Daniels is going to be living at the same location, or whether that's where he lives, or whether he can stay away from her.
Do you have a place to live other than with Michelle Anderson?
Yes, sir, I can find somewhere. I definitely am not going back there. I was packing my things when this happened, supposedly happened. So all my things were in my truck packed already. And she got upset actually because I was packing and leaving and said I threw something at her, which I really didn't even see her. I was in the garage, she was in the house. I absolutely did not throw anything at her. She just didn't want me to leave. But all my stuff's in my truck. I just gotta walk to South Point and get in my truck to pull off. The truck is in front of the house. All my stuff's in it. I don't need to go in the house for anything. I didn't go in the house for anything before, actually.
Do you have a key?
I was in the garage.
Do you have a key? Do you have a key to the truck?
Sir?
Do you have a key to the truck?
Yes, sir. The deputies let me have my wallet, cell phone, and my keys.
There is a protection order request?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Where will you be staying, Mr. Daniels?
I don't know right now, but definitely not that house ever again.
Well, do you have a place in Lawrence County that you can go to?
I mean, I don't have an address to give you. My family is not here. I don't really have anywhere to go, but I would gladly sleep in my truck rather than be sitting in this chair again ever.
I'll let you sign a signature bond of $1,000. I'm ordering you not go around or contact Michelle Anderson.
That's not going to be a problem, sir.
And when do you want to come back for a hearing, Mr. Thompson?
I'll leave it to the court to decide, but I did need his phone number.
Do you have a number where you can be reached, Mr. Daniels?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
740-307-2541.
Just a Monday, Your Honor.
Okay. December the 11th?
It's fine.
All right, Mr. Daniels, I'm setting your hearing for December the 11th, which was the second Monday in December. You got to be in the court Chesapeake. Do you know where that is?
Yes, sir.
10 a.m.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to let you sign a $1,000 signature bond. Do you understand what that means?
I don't.
You're signing a piece of paper saying you promise to come to court as ordered, and if you don't show up, you have to pay $1,000 as a penalty.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there before you will.
Okay. Next hearing, December 11th, 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Barbara R. Lawson, case number CRB 22709. Christopher McGee is on deck.
You're Barbara Lawson?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Lawson, your attorney is Mr. Morford, and he's not here today, but it's alleged you missed a hearing on a case August the 18th of this year, and you have a warrant outstanding because of that.
Your Honor, I just heard Mr. Wolford's name. I wasn't aware of this case. I apologize.
Case number is 22 CRB 709.
I wrote the thing down wrong. I think I wrote it for November instead of August.
Yeah, well, that's a big mistake. All right, do you have new charges, or is this the only thing you have?
It's the same one.
Okay, I'm going to require you post a bond now since you didn't appear previously. $1,000 cash or surety. You think you can post that bond?
Not that much.
Well, you can use it. No, you didn't show up, so that's a signature bond. So you owe $1,000 for not showing up. But I'm going to make it that you have to post an actual bond. If you don't think you can post, then we'll come back pretty quick on your next hearing.
I can't even get a hold of him on the phones right now. So I'll try.
You want to talk to a bail bondsman then?
Yes. Please.
Yeah, you'll let Mr. Sowers know.
Yes.
Barbara Lawson. I'll set your next hearing for Wednesday.
Okay.
We have, ordinarily courts on Mondays and Fridays, but because of Thanksgiving, the next court date will be Wednesday, November 22nd.
Okay.
So I'm going to set it for a pretrial then. So if you get out on bond, you got to be here Wednesday at 10 o'clock at the court.
Okay.
I've let Mr. Warford's office know.
Her new bond is $1,000 cash or surety.
State of Ohio versus Christopher McGee, case number CRB 23683. William Edward Pence Jr. is on deck.
Okay, now who was going to take Mr. McGee? Okay, hometown. We have ankle monitor. Okay, I have an ankle monitor now, Mr. McGee.
Yes, sir. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm all right.
So I'll order him released to hometown recovery.
Yes, sir.
23683. Is this case number? So it'll be a $5,000 OR bond.
Okay.
I'll impose a $100 fine and I'll suspend it if he completes treatment.
Okay, thanks, sir.
30 days in jail, and I'll give him credit for 8 days served. So 22 suspended on the condition that he completes treatment.
Yes, sir.
And you can pick him up today.
Yes.
You'll need to coordinate with Mr. Major about getting an ankle monitor placed. Now, I think we already had this talk, but it's so important, I want to make sure you understand. You only have a few days of jail, so I'm talking to Mr. McGee now. If you don't think you want to do the treatment or you're tempted to run, you'd be better off to say, Judge, I'll lay out the rest of my time in jail. Because once I place this ankle monitor on you, if you cut it off and leave, that's going to be a felony.
I understand.
We already had that conversation?
Yes, sir.
3 years, you're looking at 3 years.
I've been sitting here with the guy that got off at 7, so.
Yeah, okay, that's right. Corey Little?
Yeah.
Corey's still there?
Yeah.
I told him to get 3, I was wrong, he got 7. But he done some other stuff that caused it to go up to 7. But 3's probably the minimum you'll get if you cut the ankle monitor.
I understand.
So don't do that. Not a smart move. Does he regret it now, or just out of curiosity? Does he regret it or not?
I'm pretty sure.
I would think.
Yeah.
He wasn't convinced, I was told, until he got sentenced that he was actually going to even get 3 years. He thought that couldn't possibly be true. I hear through the grapevine.
Yep.
It turned out to be even worse than I told him.
That's what he said.
Okay, I'll see you back here for a hearing as a review. This said his review hearing for December 15th. So you'll come back and I'll just get a report as how you're doing on December 15th.
15?
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did you get community services?
No. Okay, good luck.
All right, thank you.
Get clean. Stay clean.
State of Ohio versus William Edward Pence Jr., case number CRA 23660, and Michael Rowe is on deck.
Okay, so somebody needs to follow up with Virginia authorities because obviously Mr. Pence is still here. I think they asked for it. I think I already gave them an extension once because initially they were supposed to pick him up by November 13th. So, someone want to call them? Because I'm likely to let him out today, unless they've got a really good reason they haven't got here. They've had since November the 6th. They've had 2 weeks to come pick him up and haven't done so. Jasmine, are you the person
Yes,
doing
sir.
that? Okay. Cooper, you want to give her the file? All right, Mr. Pence, we'll have you back after. We're going to contact Virginia authorities and see what they say, what their excuse is, why they haven't got here yet.
All right.
I'll have you back.
State of Ohio versus Michael Rowe, case number CRB 234.
This is on review, failure to appear for review hearing. Michael Rowe, is there a Michael Rowe here? Oh, he's on the.
This is his father.
Okay.
Stepfather.
All right, Mr. Rowe, you got arrested on a warrant for failure to appear for a review hearing on June 20th of this year.
Yes, sir. I'd like to start this off and apologize and say sorry for the inconvenience. Within the last couple of months, I want to get coded for my 3rd time, and I went to Guy County to call and collect my charges so I can register. And Mrs. Poland over the registry said that it job or responsibility to email or try to call y'all to get a copy of my charges so I can register, because I had an address, and then due to eviction notice, I only have 15 days to get out, and I couldn't register. And I've been in the process of trying to find my mother, because I just heard that she just recently moved down to get back with my stepdad, and she told me that if I can wind up finding her, then I can register there. And money-wise, I do have $5 on me today.
Well, what's your excuse for not coming to your hearing on back in June of this year?
I didn't know the road. I tried to find rides and everything. I've been trying to find rides, addresses and everything. It's just, it's hard.
I'm not your buddy.
Sorry.
When did you get arrested?
Just last Sunday. I spent 6 or 7 days in Gary.
Oh, you been in Gallia County before you came down here?
Yes.
Lawrence County picked you up on November 18th, from the 8th.
He was going to Bethesda at one point for treatment, but I don't see what happened. I don't know if he left.
Like I said, sir, just things just didn't fall in place.
Your Honor, I'll get Tyler back in the courtroom.
He showed me the entry on this, because I'm not showing one in the file. Maybe I just skipped, no, it is here. So, the gentleman that's here in the courtroom, are you going to allow Michael to live with you now?
Yes, Your Honor, I accept the end.
And what's your name, sir?
To help him in any way I can, make sure he makes it back here and he gets the help that he needs.
What's your name, sir?
Francis Morgan Furline.
Francis?
Francis Morgan Furline.
How you spell the last name?
F-I-R-L-E-I-N. I am the boy's stepfather.
And you live in Gallia County?
Yes, sir. 303 Rocky Run Road.
303 Rocky
Run Road.
Rocky Run Road. And that's a Galquist mailing
Yes, sir.
address?
Galquist, Ohio.
All right. Anything else you want to tell me, Michael?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm going to sentence you to time served for contempt for not coming to your hearing. I'll release you to your stepfather, Mr. Furline, and you need to register there. I'll set your next review hearing in this court, January the 12th, 24 at 9 a.m. You can pick him up at the jail, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Go over.
I'm sorry. Oh, January 12th.
State of Ohio versus Stephen T. Wells. Case number TRD 231486 A and B on the recall.
Mr. Dollar, you will be representing?
Well, Judge, I talked to Mr. Wells when you, after you called the case earlier. I looked at the ticket. It looks like he's charged with an insurance problem, with an FRA suspension. He indicates to me that he has always had insurance, so he thinks that he can get that cleared up with the BMV. So rather than representing him, I told him his best bet would probably be to see if you'll let him come back in about a month, and he can hopefully have his license issue cleared up, and I bet that at that point Mr. Heald would be willing to offer him some sort of a reasonable resolution.
We wouldn't be opposed to that. There's, I think, also a short clear distance ahead.
Yes.
So that has to be dealt with.
Yeah, I was in a work truck.
Okay. So he'll have to deal with that. He did have an accident, he tells me.
Yeah, I'm in a work truck.
He was working at the time.
It's still a truck. It looks like it was a two-vehicle collision.
Yes.
And
I told him to, if he wants me to represent him, he can call me after today and make arrangements for that, but if he doesn't, that's okay too.
All right, I'll set it for January 12th as another pretrial at the defendant's request. 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Cameron Spitzer, case number TRC 231161 A and B. Mr. Clemence's case.
Set for pretrial.
Your Honor, can we come back the 8th of December for pretrial and suppression?
Defendant's request, case continued to December 8th for pretrial on motion. 10 o'clock.
Are we going to need the Ohio Department of Health records?
What do you think about it after court? Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
May we approach on a separate matter, Your Honor?
Yes. James Jones, that case is going to be continued to December 15th. That's case number 23536.
What was the date?
Continued to December 15th.
Do you want it for a motion?
It's going to be pre-trial motion, right?
Yeah. Wow.
State of Ohio versus Austin L. Carmen, case number CRB 22254, CRB 20897.
It's Mr. Thompson's case set for pre-trial.
Thank you. You started to sign. He still owes me. So, who is this? What's his name? Okay. we should address this to the judge. We approach, Your Honor.
Yes. Still has 215. Never mind. December 18th. Next hearing is December 18th.
Thank you. That a Monday, Your Honor?
It is.
Okay, thank you.
10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Adam C. Reynolds, case number CRB 23400, CRA 23448. Adam Reynolds did not check in, Your Honor.
Adam Reynolds is Mr. Thompson's case.
Your Honor,
He is a felon. There's also Mr. Stiers on another case, 23448. This is open dumping.
and I have some information on that, Your Honor. Our enforcement officer is here this morning on another case, and we asked him to go and check on this situation to see if there's been any progress made. And Luke, that's the one I texted you about.
Oh, that's you texted me about,
Yeah.
okay. So,
Well, I have the open dumping, you have here.
Right. It's,
I don't know, I'm not clear on that.
Well, I wasn't able to get a hold of Mr. Reynolds, but I think Mr. Heald has some info on why. Or what?
Well, Mr. Summers made contact with Mr. Reynolds this morning and said that he's inside the camper, his back is hurting real bad, but his woman came out and they have worked more on the property, still need a little bit more time. They will be hauling everything off. Most is bagged up in a pile, so it's better than it was. Maybe his backache's the reason he's not here. I don't know.
Picking up things, bagging it.
Yeah, it sounds like he's making progress, Your Honor. With that in mind, I would seek a continuance. Even if he were here, I think that's where we'd be, looking for a continuance to see further progress on the cleanup. So I think under the circumstances, our best bet is just to continue this out a few weeks and get back in here on a date that's convenient to the court.
Maybe give him till after the first of the year.
December 11th.
Should we give him a little more time than that to get this taken care of?
Well, he's missed the hearing today, so.
Okay.
You need to take him some donuts, pills.
I don't have contact information from Mr. Reynolds. Do you have it?
I do, but.
Good, make sure you.
Yes,
give
that's
this
just.
Thank you.
December 11th. Be the next hearing, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Kevin Browning, case number TRC 23690, A and B.
This is Mr. Smith's case set for pretrial.
Approach, Your Honor.
Yes. Dismiss if you don't have your. December 11th, 3 weeks.
Check real quick, Your Honor. Actually, I'm not available on that Monday. I'm available that Friday, the 15th. Can we do that?
Make it 15.
Yes, sir.
The state will dismiss if they can't get their witness appointed.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jamie M. Saber, case number TRD 23-1077.
Mr. Smith's case.
She's also subject to a license suspension. What she did. What she did. Approach, Your Honor.
Yes. Section, you have to get it to the officer at the scene booth when she left us in your website.
I can hear him.
She did or did not give the information at the same time? I don't, from the statute, it doesn't appear to be necessarily do, but I don't, the report says she didn't give complete information. We didn't want to drive around giving correct information. We didn't seem like we needed to trying to get you to see that correctly. That's not one side of good skip. The report seems to indicate she said she was going to give information, bring it back, but she didn't do it.
Insurance card, she didn't have an insurance card at the same. Gave her the registration and advised her to use the insurance card. After she gave her the registration, so she knew who she was.
Hate to reward her. As I said, did you read the whole thing? she's leaving because she was drinking, had been drinking. Yeah, that's a big thing. But the officer said, I'm talking about this.
If she accepts that, she appreciates it, she will do that.
Month?
Be fine, Judge.
Okay. I'd like to see 5 days.
Okay.
December 15th will be the next hearing.
Yes, I'm here that day.
I think we already set one.
We just did, yes, that's the day I'm here, it's a Friday. I am here that day.
December 15th, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio recalls William Edward Pence Jr. at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 2360.
So is this a failure on our end then? I mean, it makes it sound like they didn't even know about this.
When did you find out?
I think we did notify them, but I don't think she got the word from her people. She's the one who actually does the paperwork for the transports, and she said she didn't.
Say when they can have somebody here?
She just wanted to make sure that we would be agreeable to do that first, but she said she could make sure someone would come.
Well, maybe I need to call.
Your Honor, she said that she needed to figure out how far we were from them,
Yeah.
because that might determine too. She didn't know how many hours of a drive it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Quicksburg, Virginia, I have no idea where that is. It can't be that far.
Where is it, Your Honor?
Well, the Capias came from, well, that Mr. Pence lived at Quicksburg. The sheriff's office is Harrisonburg, Virginia.
About 4 hours.
They have some trout there.
Yeah, it's just on the other side of the mountain from like Seneca Rocks in that area.
Okay. Well, what we'll do is just call her from the bench. Maybe that's, is that 347 or 547?
Sorry.
I need an interpretation. I tried 547 and it says I got,
She told me that was the correct one. Because I actually got disconnected for something back there twice.
you want to try, why don't you try again? And I need to know a very quick timeline we can get her. Tell her he's already been in custody here 2 weeks. Okay.
Your Honor, it looks like it's going to be about 4.5 hours from here, so probably another close to 5 hours.
Okay, Mr. Pence, I'm going to have the prosecutor's office call them again, call the authorities in Virginia, get more information. So you can, is this the only thing we have at the jail left?
Yes.
You can just stay there as far as I'm concerned unless the jailer wants to move you. When we get the information, I'll come back to you.
All right. He said they're gonna call the jail, or call out there, so give him to, he's gonna say here, or if you wanna move me, you can't, he's gonna call me back up.
This is the only case we've got left.
State of Ohio versus Matthew White, case number CRB 23576, A and B.
Mr. Smith's case.
It is, Judge.
Pretrial. It's a good report. It sounds like there's stuff that you're working on that is making a difference.
Yes, sir.
You want to continue that?
I would like to, Judge. Yes, he's doing well.
December 15th?
Sure.
December 15th will be the next hearing. Continue with your counseling. Looks like you've come a long ways from when you started.
Yes, sir, thank you. Yes. What time on the 15th?
10 o'clock.
Good work. We'll see you then.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Joseph E. Edens, case number TRC 23910, TRC 211918. This is Tyler Smith's case.
Better if I can see. Huh?
Edens is at RRG. It's a good report, says he's continuing to do his outpatient services since he finished inpatient. It's time to go ahead and do the sentence. I think there's been a plea, so we just delayed the sentence. Did some treatment. It's been a while. And there was a felony too. What's the felony? 23-409. What is 23-409? Oh. The DUI was charged as a felony.
DUI, bicycle, yeah.
how do you want to proceed on his case? He's been in treatment coming up on 6 months, I guess, probably. But I forgot that the OBI was actually charged, I think it's charged both as a felony and as a misdemeanor. It was initially filed as a misdemeanor, then later changed to a felony. I'm showing 23409 was a F4.
And it was amended to misdemeanor.
Okay, it's already been amended.
I believe he pled, that's why we're.
Okay. Oh, that was confusion. So he pled to the third offense, and we just delayed sentencing while he went to treatment.
Yes, sir.
Are we ready to sentence, or you want to see some more performance on treatment first?
I believe he's going to be attending AA, is that correct? Do we know?
He's doing outpatient from us with his therapy and things like that.
So I know he's also going to be doing AA, I believe, so he's going to continue to treat the issue. I don't know, it looks like something that's going to be the rest of his life, obviously. So this is one with whether we sentence now or continue treatment, I don't know.
Well, what's the state's position on it?
Well, we want to make sure he continues going in the right direction. And hopefully he's feeling like this is beneficial to him. So if the court was agreeable to continue to delay the sentencing, we don't have a problem with that.
Okay. December 18th?
Yes, sir, that's fine.
Next hearing, December 18th. Now, he's got stuff, if he's got availability to this. He's got a prior OEI that he was sentenced to do community service, pay fines and costs. Nothing's ever been done on that. He needs to start taking care of it too.
Got to do some community service. Okay. That's mainly doctor stuff. You got to put some of the hours out of the way when we come back. Actually, got some work on that too. All right. I have to tell you about. Yeah, I don't know. Just okay. Here, we should see what he'll have you. So, I'll send it. I can give you the seal on 18th next. Thank you, Ron.
State of Ohio versus Ryan McLean, case number CRA 23584. Your Honor, he is in custody of Washington County.
Okay. This case can be dismissed. He did turn himself in.
State of Ohio versus Jordan Hinkle, case number CRA 23652, CRB 23653.
Mr. DeWaters' case set for preliminary hearing.
Yes, and a pretrial judge. I've discussed this with Mr. Hill this morning. His office advised me that they've been in contact with the complaining party in this case, and that she has indicated to them that she did not want to proceed with these charges. However, Mr. Hill, before he will agree to dismiss the charges, wants Mr. Hinkle to voluntarily complete an anger management counseling course. I've talked to Mr. Hinkle about that. He is agreeable. We thought about requesting a continuance until February 12th. That should give him enough time to get through an anger management course.
Approach, Your Honor.
Is to 23652, which is a CRA case number, CRB 23653.
Your Honor, after discussions with Mr. Heald, oh, I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Dillard.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. After discussions there at the bench with Mr. Heald, he suggested a resolution that we get the case finished today. I've talked to Mr. Hinkle about that. He's inclined to accept the state's offer in that regard. So to that end, it's my understanding the state would be agreeable to dismiss the felony charge in return for a no contest plea to the domestic violence with a stipulation to finding of guilt. Mr. Hinkle's prepared to enter that plea today.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you do understand that this particular plea, this charge goes on your record, it stays on it, and if you get another one of these, it can be enhanced. In other words, it moves up the ladder in terms of the seriousness of the charge if you have a prior conviction.
Yes, Your Honor.
Those are the things I needed to talk to him about, Judge, and he does understand those things.
Okay. And you still wish to enter a guilty plea?
No contest plea,
No
Judge.
contest with the stipulated finding of guilty.
That's correct, Judge.
All right, I'll accept that, and Ms. Clark is here today. Do you have anything you want to tell me before I impose a sentence?
Yes, if I may. I just wanted to say that me and Jordan were together for almost 3 years, and in those 3 years, I have witnessed and experienced things, good things, very good things that I have not in my life. And I have seen him be somebody that anybody else would need. He would give the shirt off of his back for somebody, and I have seen it. And this was a very isolated incident that just did not need to happen. And I just want to attest to his good character, because this does not speak for that.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Hill?
Well, our recommendation is 30 days in jail suspended, and we believe that during the period of probation, which we would ask for, that Mr. Hinkle could benefit from anger management counseling. And we don't take any position on any other sanctions.
All right, and Ms. Park, can I ask you, or do you still have a relationship with Mr. Hinkle, or do you want an order for him to stay away from you? How do you want to proceed here?
Actually, yes, I would ask for the order to be dropped, because it's not necessary. He's not one to do anything. He has not harmed me in any way.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Lauder or Mr. Hinkle, do you have anything you want to say before I conclude the sentencing?
No, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. The allegations for the other charges being dismissed are very serious, even though it's a one-time incident. Committed a one-time very serious incident, it's still very serious. So I'm going to impose a $250 fine on the domestic violence. Order that the cost be paid. 30 days in jail, all suspended. I'll drop the protection order at Ms. Park's request.
Thank you.
He did serve 3 days in jail, too, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll suspend 27, and credit for 3 served. I'm going to order him to do 5 days of community service and to seek and complete anger management counseling.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then I'll dismiss the most serious, very serious charge, 23-652, will be dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll have him seek probation before he leaves.
Thank you, Your Honor. The hearing will be May 20th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You are.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are.
State of Ohio versus Jonathan R. Mays, case number CRB 23-518.
All right, this was, I believe, on the docket today for a trial, but it's my understanding that the defense is going to ask for a continuance.
Yes, Your Honor. After discussing this with the state of Ohio, Mr. Mays is in Star. He will be there for quite some time. So I believe Mr. Hill's working on a resolution. So we've asked that it be rescheduled for what date did we ask for?
December 11th.
For December 11th. Mr. Mays will not be out of Star at that time. However, we believe the case will be resolved that day.
All right, it's defendant's request, I'll continue this, and it'll be a pretrial then, December 11th.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Charles D. Porter Jr., case number CRB 23-338.
Mr. Stratton's case.
Your Honor, I believe the state's going to dismiss this today. They're not dismissing. Guess we just need a prosecutor here.
Do you know if that's correct?
I'm not for sure, sir.
I had noted that it was going to be 90 days with court costs.
You pay court costs.
That's correct, Your Honor.
He doesn't have the ability to pay court costs today, Your Honor.
When does he think he can do it?
Probably, next month, maybe. Cause I got all my bills and my insurance and stuff coming out these next 2 checks.
So, Your Honor, next month is when he says that he can do it.
December 18th, and I make it, if he does pay the cost by then, he doesn't have to appear.
How much is it?
What's the total cost there?
That can be 135, I don't know if they're sheriff fees. $141.
Paid out by the...
$6 in sheriff fees.
Okay. Paid out by the 18th, and if it's all paid, we don't have to appeal.
Okay,
All right?
thank you.
State of Ohio recalls William Edward Pence Jr. as Lawrence County Jail.
Okay. All right, Mr. Pence, I'm going to give them 7 more days, and if they're not picked up by then, I'm going to release you. That won't mean the warrant goes away, it just means they haven't gotten here in time. All right, so I'm going to reschedule this for November 27th. Make a note in case something happens to me to be dismissed. They're still in our custody. So you can let her know they need to get after it right away and get here before November 27th. Okay, that finishes up at the jail.
State of Ohio versus Keith P. Cremines, case number CRA 23430 and CRB 23431. Mr. Steyer's case.
Mr. Steyer's case, Mr. Hermes, is that Shawnee? Yes. Thank you. Okay, it's a good report. Good job.
Thank you.
You're about a month out now, Mr. Steyer?
Your Honor, I actually had him on my calendar for the 22nd of December. I didn't have today's hearing on my calendar, so I'm not sure how I did that, but that day I'm down to be here.
I think there was, at one point, before he was moved to Shawnee, I think the hearing set then. So we can, I'd rather not do the December 22nd.
Well, I actually would rather not as well, so.
I'm not available on the 8th.
I'm sorry?
I'm not available on the 8th.
Okay.
How about the 18th?
18th? Okay, we can do that.
December 18th, be the next hearing, 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Christopher R. Hale, case number CRA 23424, CRB 2487, CRB 1964.
There you go, sir.
Mr. Steyer's case set for preliminary hearing.
Now, fresh order.
Yes.
Where we at? Yeah, Wendy's.
Is it? Where's that?
Good report, Mr. Hale.
Thank you. Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
He's making great progress, Your Honor.
Good.
What sort of time frame do you think would be appropriate, Your Honor?
I'm okay with going into January.
Okay, the 4th is pretty heavy, but I've only got one on the 11th, so maybe that would be,
January 11 for a preliminary hearing, pre-trials on these other cases.
good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good job.
What day did we say, Your Honor? I apologize.
January 11th?
That's a Thursday. I was looking at the wrong day of the week.
12th.
12th.
January 12th. Mark, you can change it.
State of Ohio versus Bobby Johnson, case number CRA 23235. Bobby Johnson.
Mr. Stiers' case, preliminary hearing.
Your Honor, we have some pretty significant progress on the cleanup of the home. The state is not quite satisfied, but it feels like we're getting movement in the proper direction. They've suggested we come back one more time to get a little bit more done. And at this point, they're saying they're agreeable to Mr. Johnson not needing to appear at that date. So if the court's okay with that as well, we could make that arrangement.
January, you want to do that same date?
12th. So if you want to write that down, just so you know it.
January 12th.
But if, I'm going to put your son, if there's,
His son here.
he's unable to be here today. He contacted me.
The last time we were here, Your Honor, I believe maybe they had hired somebody to do the cleanup, maybe? I don't know. who's
And he
doing-
didn't do it all, he left.
I didn't hear you.
The individual they hired didn't complete the work and left.
Oh, okay. Well, it needs to get finished. That's what we're hoping to get done, and we don't have an opposition if Mr. Johnson didn't show up the next time, as long as there's progress being made. No. There's work. 2021.
State of Ohio versus Jonathan Jones.
You're pretty
Case
good.
number CRA 23679, CRA 22685, CRB 22686. Jonathan Jones.
Your Honor, Mr. Jones apparently has been hospitalized. We have a report from RRS, and they're the ones that provided the information that he'd been taken to the hospital from their facility.
Yes, actually, Municipal was able to transport to St. Mary's Medical Center Saturday. They admitted him with heart problems.
Did you catch that I put the wrong date on? Can't think of his name. But just Hale. It's the 12th, not the 11th of January. I put down there. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I was looking at December dates when I said the 11th.
It's fine.
Well, how do you want to proceed with this? Do you want to continue it, take it to the grand jury? How do you want to handle it?
Eventually, I think we want to take it to the grand jury. In fact, we were going to waive it to the grand jury today, but I don't think it's a good idea to nolly it to the grand jury at this time. I think it's better that we have the ability to get him back before we do that.
I'd prefer if we are able to have him waive if it's going to go to the grand jury so that he can maintain his bond. So at this time, I'll seek a continuance. I don't assume that this is going to be a long-term hospitalization, but I don't know it's going to be just a few days, so I'd ask for maybe a couple weeks. Or, as close to a couple weeks as the court can manage with its docket.
December 11th.
December the 11th is fine. I'm here that day, Your Honor.
Case is continued December 11th for a preliminary hearing.
Can I have contact with him?
Yes. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Thompson, case number CRA 22617, CRC 222476, A, B, and C, CRA 19235.
This is Mr. Morford's case.
It is, Your Honor. We're getting a report now from Riverside. It was an RRS. Here, Josh. I'm sorry, we're not anymore here. We're not here for Mr. Morford today. He's sick. Okay.
Good report.
Your Honor, all I'd ask is that Mondays are better for Mr. Thompson, so if we could pick a Monday to set his case on for a return at a date that the court deems appropriate, we'd ask to do that.
December 18th.
Thank you.
Next hearing will be December 18th. Preliminary hearing.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Charles W. Brown, case number CRB 22413. Charles W. Brown. Charles W. Brown. I'm not checking it, Your Honor.
This is a bond forfeiture hearing. Texting Mr. Sowers. Mr. Brown had failed to appear for a hearing. Looks like it was October 10th. Okay, I'll put this aside. I haven't heard from Mr. Sowers, so I texted him. Usually he lets me know in advance what's going on.
State of Ohio versus Crystal Gonzin, case number CRB 23604, TRD 193957, A and B. Same situation. She did not check in.
Mr. Johnson failed to appear October 30th and set bond forfeiture for today. Put it aside and see if we get a response from Mr. Sowers.
State of Ohio versus Melissa Dempsey, case number TRC 211044, CRB 21291. She did not check in, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Major got a phone call from her this morning, and she said that she moved out of the area and would not be here today.
Just never done anything on her case. You haven't heard from her?
I haven't been able to get a hold of her.
Okay, I'll issue a warrant for failure to appear. See if she has a bond up or not. She does have a bond up from this year, so it's good news for Mr. Sellers. So bond forfeiture for December 15th.
Your Honor, is my attendance required for that?
No.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Derek C. Willis, case number TRC 14901 A and B, TRC 22160 A, B, C, and D. Do not check in, Your Honor.
Derek Wills, set for sentencing. Has failed to appear. He's got a bond through peach bonding. So issue a warrant for failure to appear and notify peach bonding set it for bond forfeiture, December 15th at 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Buddy L. Hardy, case number TRC 23-532, A, B, C, and D, CRB 23-287, CRB 22-600, TRC 1870.
Mr. Steyer's case.
We're here, Your Honor, on a sentencing. Mr. Hardy has previously pled guilty to an OVI charge. We'd come back here to check his progress on his surgery. We had a prior note that stated that he was got surgery on 10/19. I have a note here from Scott Orthopedic Center stating that he's unable, places in terms of unable to return to work through 12/2/23 due to the surgery on his foot. I think he may still have an open wound. We, at this time, I'd like to at least come back after the 2nd if we could and follow up at that point, see where he is in his recovery. I don't think we want to put him into the jail with an open wound. And in terms of what specific dates come back, I'd leave that to the court's discretion. But do you have a follow-up appointment?
That's it, the 2nd.
On the 2nd. So the 2nd is his follow-up appointment.
That should be my last one too. I still got a hold, but, you know what I mean?
So
You can only put your thumb in it now.
After that, then, if you
Yeah, I would think a date beyond the 2nd would be wise, and then, you know, we'll know if they're still continuing to treat him or if they have released him from care.
Do you have a preference, Mr. Sard?
4th is still pretty heavy, so I'd like to either do the 8th or the 11th.
Let's do the 11th. December 11th for sentencing.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Amy Jo Piles, case number CRB 17-280.
This is considered a sentencing hearing. At this point, you're just working on getting your
Yes, sir.
bonds taken care of.
I do have a question. Okay, so sometimes I'm a sentencing and I'm like the very last person called, and then other times I come and I'm a review and I'm the very first person called. So I don't really know what to do. My son's in the hospital and I really need to get back over there to him. I expected
Well,
to
it probably
go.
was said as a sentencing because at one point you posted a bond.
Yeah. But nothing's changed, you know what I mean? It's like from like 2015 or something. I just don't know how it varies.
Yeah, well, this depends on where it gets placed on the docket.
Okay.
Get it paid off and you can quit counting.
I know, I'm trying so hard, I'm sorry it's taken so long.
Can you pay something today?
Yeah, I forgot to stop at ATM on the way, but I do have like $30 in my wallet, I believe.
Okay, and then I got a message that you're gonna start with Thrive.
I did talk to her this morning, yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna require it, it's up to you. You think it'll
Yeah.
help you, go ahead.
It's probably about time to start something different.
Okay, I'll set your next hearing for January 5th.
The
Get it
5th?
paid off, you don't have to come to the hearing.
Okay.
And that will be,
Is that a Monday by chance?
you want it on Monday?
If you can, yes, please. That's my day off.
Okay, 8th, January 8th.
Okay.
And I'll set it as a review at 9 o'clock.
Thank you so much.
State of Law versus Karen S. Thibodeau, case number TRC 15-4-2557, A and B.
Okay, this is on a failure to appear warrant.
Yes, sir.
September the 9th, 2016, so it's been a while. It's on a reckless operation. You had a review hearing on that date, so as you didn't show up, got a warrant issued for not appearing.
Yes,
It's
sir.
actually an OVI that was reduced to a reckless operation.
Yes,
And there
Cabell.
was also no driver's license. Okay, do you have any explanation, or, well, let me ask you, do you admit or deny you missed your hearing?
I'm going to deny you because I never showed up. I forgot all about it, sir.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that.
I said I'm going to admit it that I forgot about it.
Okay. And do you have an explanation as to why you missed it?
I'm so sorry. I forgot all about it, sir.
How'd you find out about it now?
Actually, Cabell Huntington Hospital, I went put my application in, and my background came back and said I had an active warrant.
Okay. Well, at least you came in now and you're trying to clear it up,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Did you get the job?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, that's good. What's your schedule?
I don't know it yet. My first day is the 27th.
What are you gonna be doing?
Housekeeping.
Can you pay anything on it today?
I'll be getting my first check on December the 15th, so I'll be able to pay then.
Well, I'll give you some time because you're probably not gonna have a bunch of money laying around to pay on fines.
Okay.
I'll withdraw the warrant today. I'll set your next hearing for January 26th.
Oh, thank you,
It'll be a
Warner.
review hearing. So we do those probably gonna be every month until you pay it off.
Thank you, Warner.
So get it paid off and I'll stop setting review hearings. And if you don't show up, you get a warrant issued.
Alrighty, I'll make sure I take care of it, sir.
Okay, January 26th at 9 o'clock a.m. is your next hearing. January 26th, 9 a.m. Pay it off before then or anytime thereafter, case will be completed.
State of Ohio versus Brandon Miller, case number TRC 23-184.
He's in the back, Your Honor.
Okay. It's on a warrant. Okay, you're Brandon Miller, and so as you missed a review hearing, looks like it was September 20th of this year. Did you get arrested on the warrant?
Your Honor, if I may, he came in today to speak to me. He would thought that today was his review hearing.
Okay.
Being that it was, my standard policy is every 2 months is when I order people back. He believes that I told him to come in today, which I don't schedule anybody to see me on a court date. I believe he had a misunderstanding, and he ended up in the back.
Okay. So, he hasn't done a whole lot on this either, has he?
No, matter of fact, if you give me just a second, Your Honor, I did print off a new.
I'm showing he paid $25, that's it.
That's always done, yes, sir.
Since May. Where are you living now?
The same place.
Oh, okay. Blakesdale Drive?
Yes.
Blakedale Drive? You came down just for this?
Just for this?
Are you from here originally?
No.
Okay, you gotta get this taken care of.
Yes, sir.
Are you working?
I am.
Did you bring anything to pay on your fine today? We need some community service too.
Yes. My place in Columbus, I don't have to come back.
And you can't find a place, or?
Just haven't found a place yet.
Well, that sounds right. You just haven't done it. You gotta do it.
Yes, sir.
I think you caught a break on this, because your order actually says 3 days in jail, 3 days suspended. I think it should have just been 3 days in jail. Did you actually do 3 days in jail? You did? Okay. And your evaluation at the dip school said you needed further evaluation. Clients successfully completed dip. Client should obtain an AOD assessment within 30 days of this order. Okay, I'm going to schedule your next hearing for January the 19th. Pay your $50 to the clerk, and I expect to see at least 2 days of community service by your next hearing.
State of Ohio versus Salinas Esteban, case number PRC 23796.
Okay, I heard back from Mr. Sauer, so let's go ahead and, you can stay there. I'm gonna put this on there. Crystal Gonson, 23604, 1939, on the bond forfeiture hearing. I'm going to continue that to December 4th. He's contacted her. She said she would come in, but hasn't yet. Same thing on Charles Brown. Continue the bond forfeiture hearing to December 4th. So let me let Mr. Souers. All right, Mr. Esteban is represented by Mr. McCown. This is set for a motion hearing today.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And Mr. Field, are you ready to go forward?
Well, I'm here, I don't know where my trooper is.
Okay, well, you're ready, but you may not be able, it is after.
It is.
Well, after.
Yeah, and I was just looking at the history of my discussions with him. I know I've been in contact with him. There's another issue, an evidentiary thing that Mr. McCown brought up, and I was hoping to have a discussion about that too. It was something we hadn't discussed before, about what you were going to cross-examine him on.
Oh, yes.
If we could have a discussion in chambers about it, I think it would be.
Okay, maybe have somebody call the trooper and see if he's not going to be here. That's going to I'll make this a quick hearing.
It should be very quick at that point, Your Honor.
Okay, court will be in recess.
Just a few minutes.
Para hablar con los vecinos, que él tiene que antes que yo pues no sabe.
Thank you. Bye.
Corte quiere que yo sea certificada de traducir y yo estoy conformes a hacerlo, pero si tú me entiendes. Ellos pueden llamarme adelante por otros casos. Ahorita yo lo hago gratis. Ellos quieren pagarme por traducir, pero como yo no soy certificada en este estado, no me pueden pagar. Es ok, para mí es algo que me gusta hacer. Es bueno, sí, está bien, pero es ok. Is it normal in this cold in here?
Yes.
I'm shaking, but it's not because I'm nervous, I'm just cold.
No, it's normally cold in here. Definitely is.
I'm sure that, I mean, that does keep,
I'm sorry.
that does keep people's, you know, attitudes down a little bit when they're cold.
They're wide awake, right?
Yes. No hay nadie aquí. No hay nadie aquí. Como la policía no llegó. No sé qué va a pasar. Él estaba mirando el video en su iPad. by yourselves.
He will plead, my recommendation, he will plead no contest to the speeding.
Que dice que su recomendación es para decir que no decir no conteste para excesividad de manejar. Como el límite de excesividad de manejar, de rapidez de en que estabas manejando. So va a decir que no conteste. Okay.
So they would find him guilty and give him a monetary penalty, a fine.
Okay, dice
for
que
that.
los van a encontrar que eres culpable de manejar rápido. En va a ser una multa de dinero. Okay.
Everything else will be dismissed.
And el resto va a ser terminado. Okay. So cuando les te pregunten cómo, en qué quieres decir, vas a decir no contesto. Okay. So no está diciendo que eres culpable o no culpable, solo no conteste. Sí, no responde.
Okay, happy with that?
Dice que está feliz de eso, sí. Sí. This has been crazy, this whole direction.
Well, and you know, this is what I wanted to do early on, and they just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
We got to a point now where
You don't have a choice, but he doesn't have a choice.
we didn't have a choice today.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what.
Mhm.
We'll talk about it later.
That's fine.
We're still on.
Um,
I think we still may be recording, I'm not sure. So hold on one second and I shall be back. We are ready at their pleasure.
And I'm actually glad I got moved today because we're not in school today.
Oh, yeah.
So I did, they're like, this is good. But my principal was so lenient, like he was fine with it.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Says it makes them look good.
Yes.
So he was fine with it. Matter of fact, the days that I did miss, they just called them professional development day. So that way I didn't
Wow.
count against me as like sick leave or anything. And then I have, in the process of getting stuff filled out for the certification for the state, so I need it in the future to be available.
Great. So you are doing it through
Yeah.
the state. Great. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I'll make sure that they do.
I've had a very busy fall between my business and school,
Oh,
so I
sure.
have not had a minute. But now that I'm off this week and everything, I've already contacted him last week. I've got to fill out stuff this week, so while I'm off, I can get it all submitted.
Yeah, Mrs. Ron, can you put Corey Fraser in the chair and have him ready for our court here in the next few minutes? Okay, thanks. two?
Yep. Or I'm sorry, 3 total, but two people.
Makes sense. It's hard getting everything back online.
That's too far away, and this is if I turn around, I can't see, so I gotta get over here.
Oh. Would you like to borrow my glasses there?
I'm gone. That looks like us. She gets back on. Good.
It's weird sitting here by ourselves. That's a good check. Yo creo que ese es en el cárcel.
Ajá, él vino ahorita. Él estaba frente a nosotros ahorita.
Oh, sí.
Cuando él trajeron a uno aquí.
Wow.
¿O es policía?
Sí, es policía. Tengo mucho frío. No, yo no pregunté a la mujer si estaba frío aquí siempre, dice que sí, siempre es así.
Sí, ¿verdad?
Muy, muy frío. No sé cuánto va a ser el multa, me dijo. Pero solo están cobrando por la velocidad en que estabas manejando. Eres sobre el límite.
¿Y cómo se puede pagar? ¿Cuándo?
Cuando te puedes. No sé si es hoy o no sé cuánto tienes tú hoy, pero hoy te da tiempo.
¿Cuánto tiempo te da?
Depende de cantidad. A veces es un mes por 90 días. 30 por 90 días. Pero si decides a llegar a tiempo, no llegas, en ellos te buscan.
No, sí.
So, me muestra lo que puedes pagar. No sé cuánto vas a deber después de todo lo que le pagas. No sé. Pero. No sé. En una causa como esta, fue mi primera vez de estar en una tiempo tan larga.
Sí, ¿no?
Siempre son casos que llego en ese momento, los arreglan en sala.
Sí, sí.
Yo estoy aprendiendo mucho con tu caso.
Sí se demoró como cuántos meses.
Desde que junio, mayo.
Junio, creo. No,
Mayo.
julio.
¿Cuándo te paraste?
No recuerdo. Hay que tener la fecha ahí anotada por ahí.
No recuerdo si era mayo o junio, pero no recuerdo. Yo estuve
Como
contando
un
yo.
año por ahí. Sí.
Hace mucho tiempo todavía.
Sí.
Sí, tardó demasiado. Pero como la policía no llega, él no puede preguntarle las preguntas que debe preguntarle. Entonces, por eso no hay cargos de huir ni nada, porque él no estaba aquí. Solo no dices que eres culpable por estar, solo no respondes. La decisión es culpable, no culpable y no conteste. Si no conteste, decides en no conteste, solo ponen una multa de manejando, de sobrevelocidad. Pero es todo. No hay nada por el DUI, no hay nada, no hay felonía, no hay nada.
¿No hay nada?
Solo ese cargo. Manejando solamente. Estoy notando un frío que mi nariz está saliendo. Mucho tiempo, ¿no?
Sí. Demasiado.
like I'm the only one here, I'll go get the lawyers. Okay,
That's what we thought.
fails, yeah. You can be seated.
Thank you, Judge.
And is there somebody